my fellow Uberteers and lifters out there. I didn't open the app today, but as soon as I opened the app, I saw that it says, oh, it's not going to focus on it. It's too bright. So in there, it takes you. I'm like, what the heck is this? Uber sent out their guidelines to everybody, I guess, with all this, drivers trying to, rape people and everything else. All this crap in the news that we keep hearing about. Well, I guess they sent their guidelines to the driver app. Like, most of us don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people don't read the TOS, but a lot of this is common sense. But then I was like, okay. I had a bunch of stuff in here about how riders should act and whatnot. And I was like, oh, let me go ahead and check the rider app to see if anything pops up. Nope. Nothing pops up at all on the rider app. I'm like, what the hell? What's the point of just sending this to drivers if they're not going to get their point across? And they put a lot of good stuff in here. I mean, it was the Uber community guidelines. I'm sure everyone should have this in there as soon as you open your app up. Oh my Jesus. It was like respect each other, which, we all know. Don't mess up everyone's stuff. Give riders and drivers some space. It's okay. Uber has a no sex rule. Like, of course we know that. So people don't be trying to get them numbers out there. It says safety first. Everyone wants to get to A to B. Don't be driving to when you're tired. I love this. They did put this in here, which is good, which everybody knows, but it says children must be supervised. Only adults can have an Uber rider account. If your child is using your account, a parent or guardian must be with them at all times. So it's like, like I said, this is stuff riders need to know. So why they're just sending it to us drivers is beyond me. Like, they're not going to change anything. I thought they were like actually taking our feedback and like, listening to us at least to a point. Well, it doesn't really seem to be that way. And it says feedback makes us all the better. I'm like, come on now. It says, if something happens during a ride, whether it's a traffic accident or argument, make sure to report it. So remember that, people. All drivers out there, you have any kind of bad experience at all, before they can 1-star you, you go ahead and 1-star them and send a message to Uber. So that way they can't lie on you and try to say something as well, because it'll already be in there. Why riders can lose access to Uber. It says U.S. only, so I guess other countries, they can do these things. And then I guess it tells you about the policy. Anybody in the car with you, like when people roll up and you get an XL like I got, and you have, 5-6 people in there, it says you're responsible for all your passengers. And it's not talking about us, it's talking about whoever's account it is actually responsible to make sure that all their people, act right, which it's how it should be. I mean, it's your ride. But instead it doesn't always work that way, especially when people order it for another person and then they're not even in the car. I hate that. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Here it goes. Here's some reasons why you could lose access to Uber as a rider. It says damaging a driver or passenger's property. So even if they got in a fight with one of their own passengers, unless this is actually talking about maybe pool, you know what I'm saying? But could you imagine getting in a fight with your friend and you lose access? Physical contact with the driver. They better have that in there. Use of inappropriate or abusive language or gestures. So, like I'm saying, this is a lot of good stuff, but they're only telling us. Why is this not in the rider app right now? Unwanted contact, breaking the local law, which we all know that, of course. Firearms ban. It prohibits riders and drivers, which we all know how that can go. I still always recommend everybody always do whatever they feel necessary for their own safety. Okay? Just don't publicize it so everyone else knows. But if you feel like you need to carry, hey, power to you. You do what you got to do. They could lose it. Why drivers can lose access to Uber. This was, actually good to us. If you're a driver and your account is temporarily blocked or deactivated, it limits your ability to earn income. Like, duh. I did not like hearing this. There will always be unforeseen events that may ultimately lead to you losing access to your driver account, and we'll update this policy regularly. But the following are sufficient cause for Uber to take action: quality, safety, fraud, and discrimination. So right there, you don't discriminate against nobody. Fraud, I guess, don't try to take cash trips and whatnot. Safety is, don't be trying to touch people. And quality, I don't know really. Oh, here's quality. They expect to drive safe. So don't be texting and driving, which we all know that. It says star ratings in here too. Drivers can see their current rating in the ratings tab. Yeah, we know that. And it tells you how it's calculated. So all the people that always keep wondering how my Uber rating is calculated, I'm like, oh, well, there you go. And I went ahead and copied all this and put it on the ridesharedrivertips.com website. So that's up there too if you want to look at it, if in case it's not on your app. But I'm thinking it's going to be in everybody's app. Tells you the easiest way to keep your rating up and all that, which just standard canned crap. Cancellation rate though. For Uber at least it says, cancellations create a poor rider experience, which we all know. Minimizing cancellations is critical. So it doesn't really say that they will deactivate you from it, even though we all know that they will. Acceptance rating, of course, they just says if you don't accept rides, after so many rides, they're just going to shut you off. They'll just turn your app off anyways. And usually it's like, for like 20 minutes, half an hour. All right, that's why hitting that no thanks button is better than actually sometimes letting it roll. So that way it gets it off there. And it says safety, of course. It says riders will be investigated if confirmed to lead to permanent deactivation of your account. If they have physical contact, of course, the same things. But I don't get why any of this is not in the Rider app. Riders need to see this stuff. 0 tolerance for drugs and alcohol. I mean, it even says about the background checks in there, so everyone is always freaking out why you get another background check. No matter what, every year, Uber and Lyft do a little background check on you just to make sure. And I do feel sorry for the people that get deactivated over a background check, especially when nothing's happened in that year. They just happen to find something from the year before. There's unacceptable activities. Anonymous pickups are prohibited. What the? Fraud. Discrimination. Like I said, this is pretty long. It even has Uber Eats and Uber Rush. Reasons why. Oh, that's the businesses. It has a lot of info in here, but none of it's on the Rider app. I don't get this. It has how your rating's calculated as a rider. The insulation bags and all that. Like I said, it's got a lot of stuff in there, and a lot of people should check it out just in case. Because, let's be honest, I didn't read my TOS when I first signed up. I don't think anybody does. All we knew is you couldn't take cash trips. And that was it. There was no training. There was no nothing. Just turn that app on and winged it. But there's a lot of info. And if it's not in your app, like I said, I put it on the website. I'll have that in the description below. So that way everyone can go check it out if they really want to. But it should be all common sense. But sadly, we all know not everybody has common sense. And that's where lots of issues arise from. But I just wanted to make sure everyone knows the community Uber guidelines. Even though, like I said, it should be common sense. Sadly, not everybody uses it. And yeah, shit happens. But all right, everybody. You stay safe out there. Like, comment, subscribe. Do your thing. Don't take crap from nobody. And as always, get your money and Uber and Lyft on.